In this short tutorial, I will show you how to start a new Final Cut Pro file and import some of the media that we need to get started for our alien invasion movie. And at the end of the tutorial, I'll give you some pointers on how to add green screen or chroma keying techniques to make your alien spaceship and your alien fit into the video clips that we already have. So first things first, I'm going to choose File and New Library. So that's going to give us a pop-up window. I'm going to put the name of the library that I want, and I'm going to call this Period 3 because our class is Period 3 and Alien Invasion. And I'm going to save this to my desktop. Alright, so now I have a new library created. I need to customize the event within the library. So the event is already here, and you see the event highlighted by the little square and the star icon. I'm going to click on that once, click on it again and rename it, and I will put my name on it so I know that it is my movie. You obviously will put your name, and then I will click on New Project and just call it Movie. And click OK. So now I have the library for all of my clips called Period 3 Alien Invasion. I have my name as the actual event, and now I'm ready to start importing media for my movie. So you can choose Import Media and go and search for the media that you have, and hopefully it's on your desktop in a folder, but I'm simply going to click on the desktop icon, open up that folder, and select all of my clips that I have already renamed, and this will make my life easier. And I'm going to drag and drop them right into my movie library. Now you can do them one at a time or do them all at once. So what I've done here is dragged in the clips that we have already taken as a class, and this will allow me to assemble the first 30 seconds or so of my movie. Alright, so I'm going to start with my first clip, and this is everybody hanging around. So we're out in the backfield waiting for class to start, and we see that at some point in time we'll transition into the next scene where somebody notices something funny in the sky and they yell, "Hey, what's that?" Then we will transition into the scene where everybody starts to panic and runs away, and then some brave soul says, "Hey, maybe they're friendly, let's go back and take a look." So I'm just dragging those 4 scenes down. At some point in time during the assembling of your movie, you're going to need to add some transitions. So you'll see over on the right hand side here, there is a little icon that looks like 2 triangles pointing towards each other. Now that may be exactly in this position on your piece of software, and I think in this classroom there's actually 3 different versions of Final Cut Pro, so if it's not right there, it should be somewhere around this area on your screen. On some versions it's a little bit over on this menu bar. So I'm going to click on here, and I see a whole list of different types of transitions. I'm going to grab one that allows me to dissolve from one scene to another, and I'm going to take it and drag it over and drop it in between these first 2 clips. I will tell it to go ahead and create the transition, and then I can take a look now and see what that transition will actually look like as opposed to a straight cut from one scene to another.
Action! Cut!
Okay, now I'm going to back myself up just a little bit there and delete that transition. You'll notice that when I was playing that, you hear me yelling cut and action. So what I'm going to do here then is go back to the very start, and I'm going to start trimming some pieces of this unwanted clip away.
Action!
So after I hear the word action, I'm going to leave my playhead right there on the scene, and I'm going to choose trim and blade. Now I think that may be off my recording screen, but simply trim and blade, or Apple B on your keyboard, and that cuts that clip into 2 separate pieces. So what I'm going to do is click the delete on the keyboard and delete that piece. And I'm going to scroll through this quickly and see what other parts I need to cut away. Okay, I already cut that one. So there's an action there I need to cut on this clip. So I'll do the same thing, Command B and delete There's my second scene. Everybody starts to panic.
Action!
Okay, so I need to cut that action out again. Command B. And there's the piece that has disappeared. Again, hit delete on your keyboard. Everybody runs away.
Action!
And there's my action clip again. So I will trim that piece, delete it, and now I can watch everybody heading back towards. Okay, so there we have taken all the action and cut statements out that I have made as the director. So now I can go back. I'm going to grab my dissolve and I'm going to drop it in there, and we'll see what the transition looks like now between one clip and another. Okay, so there's a little transition. You can pull from any one of these transitions and decide which one looks best for your video and add it to the clips. Okay, so now we're ready to think about what happens after this part. We've assembled the first 4 clips, everybody comes back, and what I want to see at this point is the still picture. And that still picture is going to be just a picture of the background so I can do some green screen action. So before I put that clip in, I'm going to go all the way back to the part where everybody starts to run away. Okay, so our best actor here looks up and says, hey, there's something up there. So this is where I need to bring in my alien ship. So I'm going to highlight the entire ship, bring it down, and set it right around there. Now you'll notice right away, because this clip is on top of this clip, or this track of clips, you see that this is the one that's visible and the other background clip is underneath. So we need to remove the green here, and this is called keying in Final Cut. So I'm going to go back to my effects window. I'm going to choose keying, and I'm going to drag the keying effect over and set it on this green clip on my storyline. And what that is going to do is remove all of the green from around my spaceship. Now earlier I had to take these pictures on the green screen that your teacher has provided for you, so do a good job of taking those nice, clear, sharp pictures, and the finished product will look a little bit better in Final Cut. So now that I have keyed this, what I need to do is reposition the ship up here, and I need to shrink it down so it looks like it's way off in the distance. So to do that, I'm going to go to my transform window. Now your transform window may be minimized, so simply click on show. And what we have to do is find the very first frame for the clip that has the alien ship. And I'm on it right now because you'll see I have this L-shaped bracket. So this is telling me this is the first frame of the highlighted clip. So I'm going to put a keyframe for position, and I can change the X and Y coordinates. I'm clicking on the X coordinate now and sliding my cursor to the left, and you'll see that my alien ship moves to the left. If I click on the Y coordinate and push up, you'll see that my ship moves up. I'm also going to set a keyframe for scale, and then at that point in time I can drag this slider to the left and I'm shrinking the ship, and you'll see on the video my ship is shrinking off into the distance. So I'm not going to make it completely invisible because I want to know exactly where it is. So I'm going to reposition it again to make sure it's in the right spot. And I want it to be somewhere where it looks like my character is actually looking and pointing to it. So right there looks about fine for me. So the next step now is to move ahead. So I'm going to move ahead in my timeline. And everyone's starting to get scared because the ship's coming towards them. So I'm going to now put another keyframe for position. I'm going to slide my ship over and down like it is coming in towards all of our students. And I'm going to put another keyframe for scale. I'm going to make the ship a little bit bigger. I'm going to go ahead again in my timeline. Everybody is running away. Another keyframe for position. Another keyframe for scale. And the ship will get a bit bigger still. And then a little bit further ahead, now not all the way to the very end, but I want to make sure that my ship comes in and lands. So one more keyframe for position and scale. And the position will come over, the position will come down, and my ship's going to get bigger. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So those are keyframes for position and scale. So I'll now watch my video and see what it looks like.
Cut.
Oh, I missed a cut there. I'm going to have to clip that out. Okay, so now I've got this picture of my ship overlapping two different frames here, or two different clips. So what I want to do is go to the end of this and slide it back until it perfectly lines up with the end of that clip. That way, when the scene transitions from the alien ship landing to everybody running away, it's a nice, smooth transition. Now,